Howdy, it's Jim Murado, and this is June 8th, to be exact. We're in Nicholasville, Kentucky, and we're actually at the Primate Rescue Center. And if you haven't heard of the Primate Rescue Center, you're not alone. This is something I really just found out about myself maybe a year or so ago by word of mouth and Google, and they don't really advertise. It's not the kind of place where you can go buy a ticket and hang out on a Saturday. It is a place where they are actually providing for primates that have been confiscated, taken away, surrendered. I'd say they've generally been in bad situations, and they're here now. And these good people have started a nonprofit to take care of them. And if you make a small donation to them, once a year they do open the place up for their members to come and see the primates and see how things are run. We got to their main office, and then you take a bus, like a shuttle bus over. I saw Sayre Village and Keeneland were letting the Primate Rescue Center use their vehicles, so they would shuttle you over to where the primates are. There were lots of peacocks here too, by the way, and we asked them why all the peacocks, and they let us know that they didn't really bring them over. The peacocks have just kind of set up shop there and decided to stay. So there they are. Yeah, and check out some of the residents here. Real sweet little critters. I think for a two-person membership, I don't think it's very expensive. We bought a family membership. It's $100 a year, and they actually send you a nice little painting by one of the primates. They sent us a cute little stuffed monkey also, and a couple of other things for $100. For the painting and for the little bear toy, and to get to come here once a year for this event. I thought it was well worth it. I'm going to shut up for a moment. Keep an eye open. There is a primate that's about to spit on some people, and it's kind of funny. But I'll let you check that out. It's coming up here in about 10 seconds. Yes. Yeah.
That's Jenny. She kind of waits until there's more people around. She goes to the pool over there, gets some water, holds it in her mouth for like 20 minutes, and then spits whenever she thinks she can get the most people. Just to bother people. No, she's not mad. She loves this attention.
And of course, she had one of the staff there explaining that was Jenny, and she was kind of being playful there, and I thought that was very sweet. There was a little part of me, I know this is weird, I felt, I would have felt honored if I would have got spit on. I think that's just, that was too sweet. See some more critters there. I mentioned a moment ago that the membership for a family was around $100. And think about that. If you've got a family of 4 and you're going to take them to the zoo, you're going to spend well over that on your tickets at most places. And this was definitely an all-day kind of thing. It was very nice, actually. Some peacocks showing off. They had signs up about their monkeys. I did want to read. I don't think they would mind me doing this. They gave out a little magazine talking about some of the residents here, and I wanted to read about a couple because they were kind of touching. There's an entry on Luke, who is a long-tailed, macaw. Not familiar with these names, forgive me. Anyway, it says Luke is a former pet from Missouri who had been castrated and had his teeth removed by his former owner to unsuccessfully tame him. Fortunately, he was placed for care at the PRC in 2002. Luke has a very dark gray olive coat of hair and a long face with pointy ears and more sunken cheeks due to his missing teeth. Despite his lack of teeth, Luke has quite the appetite and can eat most foods easily. He will go for softer foods first, then works on breaking down the crunchier items, like his chow biscuits, by soaking these items with water from his water bottle or pool to soften them. The caregivers tried doing this for Luke before giving him the biscuits, but he rejected our offer and prefers to soak chow on his own. Because of the trauma Luke endured as a pet, he is very hesitant to trust humans. However, after many years of kind and peaceful interactions with his caregivers, through food rewards and positive verbal praise, he has become much more comfortable around and friendly toward those who care for him regularly. And of course, you do see, or here in a moment, I think we see one of the monkeys. I don't know if it's the one I just read about. You see him kind of rocking back and forth, having some anxiety issues, and I'm sure they're working with him on that. Of course, many of these guys, there's the fella. Many of these guys have issues like that. Let me read to you a little bit about Andy. Andy was brought to the PRC in 2015 after being captured by Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources. Because of the numerical tattoo on his chest, we know Andy spent some time in a research laboratory before being illegally kept as a pet. And of course, there's more information about Andy, but pulling their teeth, the castration thing, the tattoo on the chest. If that doesn't make you want to write a little small check to help these guys out, you might want to talk to somebody. It's very touching stuff, and it's very sweet that this place is where it's at, and they're doing what they can to help these little creatures out. Very touching. It was very sweet being here on this particular day. Of course, you don't think about, a lot of these guys have some sad stories, but I've been a bird person all my life. I used to raise birds, and I've kind of come to the conclusion, birds, primates, there's a lot of creatures. I just don't think they're meant to be domesticated. I love my dogs. Have had cats in my life. But it just doesn't work with some of these guys. It's not the way they were meant to be. Anyway, but yeah, you've got the Primate Rescue Center here in Kentucky doing some great work. Non-profit, they're not taking money from the government, and they have some generous donors who've helped out in other ways. They do have a list on their website of items they need. As you can see in some of their cages, they need blankets, they need toys. Those old plastic milk crates are very handy for them. Some medical supplies they need too, and they do need quite a bit. I talked to a very nice worker here in just a moment. I'm going to let her talk. I kind of forget where I'm filming at one point, but she has a lot to say, so we'll let her talk.
The stream down through the trees.
Yes.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
So we try to do kind of a hands-off
I wonder how we found this
let
place.
them live their lives with as little of our interaction as possible. So make sure
Keep them
that
quiet
it's
and
really
away
based
from
on
others.
their comfortability level of like how fast we can train in our position, because sometimes they just, it's really a trust process. So they are more comfortable with like that kind of thing, but for like the general public coming, it can be a big
And they all go inside and go
these guys, so this is kind of all year day. They'll come and spend some time outside, but then go back in. And then these guys, we actually have a machine that like picks them up, and we have indoor housing in our shop building, and in our chip house we have these temperature controlled buildings. So they're out in the spring and summertime, and then towards like the late fall we'll move them in. It's really once temperatures are like 55 and below, we'll move them in like at nighttime, and then once they reach like consistent 55 and above at night is when we can move them out. Recent that we moved them all outside. I know, I see bubbles over here at the end of the slide. One of our staff members lives there. We don't have primates or anything in that building, but it's our staff member lives in that building. So we always have somebody on site 24 hours a day. So we have a caregiver that lives there, and then we actually have another above our chimp house. We have an apartment, and our interns stay there. If they're from out of state, they'll come and volunteer, or sometimes we'll have volunteers that will come and stay in the apartment. But that was the original, before this was a sanctuary. Our founders lived in that cabin. They had peacocks here, and then kind of as this developed, they started intaking monkeys, turning this into an actual established sanctuary. They had donated this whole property to the sanctuary and to the staff and everything, so we utilized that to the best of our abilities. And then that top property where you guys all parked at the corner, they own that as well, and they have like little RV hookups. They live out of state now. They're our founders, but they...
How long has this been here?
Close to 35 years now.
No idea.
Yeah,
No
I know
clue.
a lot of people like live here their whole lives, and it's hard because we're not open to the public, so it's hard to get our name out there. But it's just the nature of what we do. It's just kind of counterproductive to have it open all throughout the year. So
You know, the membership fee to come and do this. That's a good deal.
yeah, that's what
And then I was looking through here, like, you know, $200 for a private tour. Like that's
Yeah.
the next time friends from out of town. That's not a bad deal.
It's not too bad. It goes to a good cause. It all goes directly into their daily care.
About 3 or 4 tickets to a zoo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And this is different. This has a different purpose too.
Yeah, but no, it's pretty neat to have this right in the middle of Kentucky, and people just don't realize that we're here. But it's like a nice little quiet sanctuary down here, and we're kind of central. We get a lot of, we get monkeys from all over, but we get like Ohio and Indiana and Tennessee and North Carolina, things like that. So we kind of operate on this whole side of the United States of where we get people in, but and work with other sanctuaries within that vicinity as well. But it's neat. No, I'm glad you found us.
Yeah, we are too. Thank you.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it.
She always wants to move around to outlaws.
The one that's hiding its head. Guess what its name is?
Jenny.
They're about to do something. She's trying to make her voice go really far so everyone can hear it. I know. So Jenny, can you guess how old Jenny is? Guess what this guess.
That might be what they do.
Oh wow.
Jenny's 53 years old.
She's looking good for her age.
She's one of the very first monkeys that was here. She was brought in 1992.
Bus coming down. Bus coming down, guys.
It is so cool to see you guys.
That is a really got a hit to
A bunch of first.
But if you look at this one, and then we'll be ready to Davis later.
You guys enjoy. This is Chester right.
Yeah, and a couple of the workers here, as you can tell, their enthusiasm and their sincerity were amazing. It was just great listening to them. And they were drawing a crowd. You could tell that they really enjoyed what they were doing and believed in what they were doing. And that was gold.
Be giving some enrichment in a few minutes to the tent. Hopefully, we're going to be giving them these peanut butter sheets. So we're going to have them, hopefully they'll all come out and just shoot out there. A little enrichment. So we'll do a little chat. Alright, so I'm getting everybody worked up. I've talked to a few of you guys, but if you guys don't know, we do have 8 chimpanzees here. We have 3 older ones, Lulu and Mickey, that came from a pet situation down in Georgia. They've been with us, I believe, since 1996, and then we have a group of 5 younger ones that came to us in 1998, and they are all in their late 20s to early 30s, and then our older ones are in their 50s. So we formed a little group once they all got to the sanctuary. We were able to introduce them. Right now, Caitlin, one of our care staff, she's handing out some enrichment to the chimps, and this is some packaging paper that we just smeared some peanut butter on and put some hemp seeds, and then rolled it up and braided it and put it in the freezer. Enrichment is a daily activity for all of our primates at the sanctuary. We try to come up with new things for them each day. That's to help keep their minds and their bodies active. In the wild, they would be foraging about 80% of their time. So they'd be spending a lot of their time out and about looking for food. So anything that we can give them that's kind of time consuming, that's going to take a little bit, is going to be beneficial for them and just help entertain them throughout the day.
Yeah, there we go. That was great seeing that. We stayed there for quite a while. Here's the parking lot. I think you parked over at the office. They shuttled you over. It's about a 5-minute drive to the main sanctuary area. There was our ticket to the event. They sent that to us through the mail, and we were happy to get that. Inside their magazine, I wanted to mention too, they have a group enrichment workshop. Oh, by the way, love that logo. How cute is that? The Primate Rescue Center is now offering an exciting experience for volunteer groups who are interested in creating enrichment items for the primate residents. A group of 5 to 15 can go and work on that. And it's a $200 donation required. I think that sounds like a good deal. In fact, I might just try to get some people together and do that. That sounds like fun to me, and that would definitely be worth a little bit of a chunk of change. I included a couple just quick pictures of some of the entries in the magazine they gave us about some of the primates they have there, just so you can read those on your own. Very, very touching, of course. Oh yeah, primate. You can actually sponsor a primate. Of course, they have all sorts of things you can do for donations, and again, their donations I thought were very reasonable, and it's a great cause. Yeah, these are good, selfless people, and I enjoyed our visit. But yeah, look up the Primate Rescue Center here in Kentucky when you have a moment. I really like what they're doing, and I'm definitely going to be keeping up with them myself. Oh, and there's a list of their sponsors. Good people that you should patronize, but I thought I'd include that list there too.